Hey everybody, David Gare here. Welcome back. It is Wednesday, October 7, and you know what that means? It's the day before the start of Week 5 of the NFL season. And you know what I do? That's right, I make my picks. And last week I did all right, 8-7. 8-7, not too shabby. However, there were some picks that, well, I shouldn't have made. It would have been a better number. Might have actually entered the double digits, but that's neither here nor there. How are you? Let's dive in. This week, well, guess what? We see the beginning of the bye weeks. And, well, that's going to put the teams that just finished traveling to London, they take the weekend off, and that's going to be Miami and the Jets. And Miami Dolphins, New York Jets are off this week. So are the Vikings and the Panthers. So those four teams taking a rest. Let's see what happens. Now, here's what you want to know. Here's what I want to tell you. So here we go. Week number 5, and here are my picks. Starting off Thursday night, Indianapolis Colts travel to Houston to play the Texans. Texans are what, 1-3, 1-2, 1-3, yeah. And Colts are, well, they're 2-2. This one, home field advantage is definitely going to take precedence, so I'm going to give this one to the Texans. Now, Sunday, regular games. There's no out-of-country games this week. They come back on the 25th. So that's going to be cool. Another early morning, Sunday morning game. That was fun, having breakfast, watching a little NFL. French toast, got all sticky everywhere. Remote control was brutal. But that's not what you want to hear. What you want to hear is my pick. Bills travel to Tennessee, and guess what? The Bills are going to take care of business there. The Bears, they travel to Kansas City. One of my most favorite towns in the Midwest, Kansas City. But guess what? Chiefs are going to bring home a victory on this one. It's a home game for them. They need it. And it's going to break that 1-3 tie. They're both 1-3, so let's see who starts moving away from the bottom of the crowd, the bottom of the standings. Now, travel down the interstate. What's that, Interstate 70 or something like that? Let's travel across the state over to St. Louis. And the Rams are not going to be at home. They're going to travel up the road, up to Green Bay, Wisconsin. They're going to go to Lambeau Field. And you know what happens in Lambeau Field? That's right, the Packers win, and they're going to beat. And the Packers are going to be one of the first teams to go 5-0 this season. Not too shabby. The Saints and the Eagles. The Eagles are hosting. Guess what? The Eagles are going to take care of business there. The Cardinals, the Arizona Cardinals, travel up to Detroit. Now, the Cardinals are like 3-1, and Detroit's like 0-700. But that's all right. This is the one I'm going to call as the upset game of the week, and I'm going to give this one to Detroit. I know I didn't do so well last week with Houston and Atlanta. That was just brutal. But guess what? This week's upset game of the week is going to be the Lions defeating the Cardinals at home in Detroit. All right, 4-0 Broncos take on the 2-2 Oakland Raiders in Oakland. Guess what? They're going to be the 5-0 Broncos. Not too shabby. Okay, let's see. The Cleveland Browns go to Baltimore. Both teams are 1-3, and the Ravens are going to come out of this 2-3. The Browns will be 1-4. So giving this one to the home team, the Ravens. Seattle Seahawks, 2-2, travel to Cincinnati to take on the Bengals. They're 4-0. Who would have thought? Who would have thunk it? But guess what? They're going to be 4-1 after this one. That's right. The Seahawks are going to take care of business on the road. The Jaguars are 1-3, and they take on Tampa Bay in Tampa Bay. And they're also at 1-3. So guess what? Tampa Bay is going to take care of business in that one. The Redskins and the Falcons. The Redskins travel down to Washington. They're from Washington. How can they travel down to Washington? The Redskins are going to travel from Washington to Atlanta, where they will hand the Falcons their first defeat of the year. Again, it's a little bit solid team. They played at home. Well, you know, I don't know. It's time for Atlanta to lose. It really is. It just is. It's just something's just not in the cards for them. But they've been doing it, and they've been banging it out. And don't get me wrong, I like a great game. But somewhere along the line, I'm going to have to say, you know what? It's time to cut it short. Moving on. The Patriots coming fresh off their bye week. Right? No. Yes? Whatever. They're 3-0. Yes, they were. And, well, guess what? They're going to take on the Cowboys in Dallas. And no problem there. It's going to be the Patriots. It really will be. The late Sunday night game, it's going to be the 1-3 San Francisco 49ers against the 2-2 New York Giants in New York at MetLife Stadium, something like that. Wherever they're played, doesn't matter. I'm going to give this one to the Giants. I know they're traveling all the way across the country. It's going to be a late game. They're going to be fine. They're going to be rested up. They're going to be ready to go. But guess what? San Francisco is not going to be able to pull off a victory against the Giants. Now, the big one, the Monday Night Football game of the week. This is it. Game of the week. Monday night, closing out week number 5 of the NFL season. The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to travel all the way to the West Coast, that way. That's where the West is, and that's where the East is. So they're going to travel out to the West Coast. They're going to go down to San Diego, California, and they're going to take on the Chargers, the 2-2 Steelers and a 2-2 Chargers. It just doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right. For some reason, it just doesn't work out. But guess what? That's right. Chargers are going to take home a W. It's going to be a 3-2 and a 2-3 at the end of the night. So there we go. Those are my picks. What are your picks? How's your favorite team doing? Let me know. Put down here in the comments. Be sure you subscribe wherever the subscribe button is. Remember, every day I'm doing something different, and I'm kind of adding to it, so I'm slowly ramping things up. And until tomorrow or the day after. But I hope you pick the right picks, because, hey, we all love winners, and picking winners is what we like to do. But when we pick losers, you know what? We learn from them, and then we move on from there. So until next time. I'm Dave. I'll see you later.